Hello and welcome to Rad Class. Today I'm going to talk a bit about our environmental manners and the buy and toss way of living we have adopted. So the reason I'm doing this is because I often see people just tossing things out of the window of the car and just leaving it in the road. And it's not just a little, it's a lot of waste that is going out the windows of people's car. And it's something that has become worse and worse. And even though we have a lot of people who is drawing attention to it and might be going out collecting the trash every day while they're out walking, it's still insane the amount of trash that some of them actually find every day doing the same stretch. And I don't know when this type of thing began to become something we just do, but it's horrible because we are killing animals and destroying the nature. Even if we're doing it in the city and we're like, well, this in the city, this can't hurt anyone, you actually am hurting a lot of the animals who is living in the city. And there's a lot of animals actually living there that you might not have noticed. Squirrels, birds, foxes, deers can even go into the some tropical places you might get even bigger animals. And by using all this waste and just tossing it, sometimes it ends up in the water and then it kills sea life. And if you just look at those two massive trash islands that is in the oceans right now, they are the size of Texas and even bigger. It's insane that we still have this laissez-faire attitude to garbage. Why can't we just all agree on if you eat something in the car, leave the rest of the garbage in the car to the point where you are able to toss it into a bin? Because just tossing it out the window just makes you a douchebag. I'm sorry to say it, but it does. Because all you're doing is destroying the world that we are living on. And if everyone stopped doing this, and I know that will never happen, but I hope it will happen at some point, then the nature would be so much more pure, so much more lovely to see. And we might actually save a lot of animals who choke on garbage every day. And every time we do that and someone dies from it, it might be a predator who dies because it have eaten a prey with, whose stomach is full of garbage and plastic, and then the predator will die. And then the predator can control the local population of whatever it is there to control. Then they will get out of hand and they will trash around and destroy the environment even more. The nature is a fine-tuned balance, and we are destroying it by polluting, especially with when we are just tossing things out of the windows of our car. So I do hope we can get some better manners at that point, and some better ethic where we are thinking about what we are doing and trying to keep our pollution to where it actually has to go, like in the garbage bin when you come home, or most gas stations and so forth actually have bins there. So just drive into one of those and toss your stuff in there instead of just dropping it all in nature. And and it's something that politicians and police is very much aware of. So you would get fined if they spot you doing it. And I hate even more when you have people that uses maybe a nearby forest as their local landfill and just toss everything in there. I saw a case a few years ago where someone had dumped like 5 trailers worth of trash in a forest, but had forgotten to actually remove any personal items in there. So they found letters with the address, and then they fined the man a lot of money. I believe was what it was about $50,000 for trashing that place, and then he had to clean it up as well. So it's something that we are very much aware of, and I really don't know, as I said before, when all this happened. But then another thing we are doing is we have this buy and toss mentality, And it's something that I've noticed a lot after major companies like IKEA has come out. And it's not because IKEA is a bad place per se. They, I am trying to convert their bad image into a good one and is trying to not ruin forest areas and rainforest anymore, more than they did in the past. But what I'm talking about here is that because of the pricing, like you can get a table for $2 in there, and then if something breaks or something just like the paint brushes off or something, people just toss that entire new table out, even though it's maybe only been used for like half a year, and then they just buy a new one. And by doing that, we have this mentality of buying new and just tossing out the old one instead of actually using our items to the point where they are worth tossing away, to when they are so damaged or so bad in shape that we have to buy new stuff. And that's why I love people who actually take stuff like that and give it to second-hand shops so they have a chance of getting a new life. And a lot of students and young people who are moving out are using those shops because they can get furniture and other items for a low price there. And that is amazing. And there's even a wave of people actually beginning to use second-hand stores more and more because it's been something that is in now. But it didn't change the thing where we still have this toss and buy mentality. And it's becoming worse and worse every year because now we have even bigger companies who can send you a new item for almost no money. All you have to do is 2 clicks and then you have bought it and then it's coming to your home. And uh, the only way to actually begin to change this if we become aware that we're doing it. So that is why I'm trying to do this, not only to spread awareness of our bad manners considering garbage when we're drying and when we are tossing stuff out into nature, but also that look at your own place, your own flat, your own house, and look at the furniture you have and say to yourself, well, this can actually last a bit longer and then keep it. I know that some people would be want their house to look absolutely fine and amazing, and that's fine. Then buy a bit of paint and repaint the damn thing instead of just tossing it out and buying a new one. And if you have to buy a new one and your own one is in a decent shape, give it to a second-hand store instead of just tossing it into trash. Because every time you do that, you just add to the pollution problem with our landfills and our trash all over. So this has been a short reminder of our toss and buy policies we have and our manners considering our ethic when we are driving and tossing things out of our windows, or when we are stopping right next to a bin and still tossing the things on the ground because we don't want to reach up to the bin. So I do hope that you listen to what I said and learn from it. And if you think someone needs to learn and listen to this, feel free to share it. So have a pleasant day. This has been Brad class. Have a pleasant day.